You won't believe what's hiding in the rainforests of Borneo, because some of the world's strangest, rarest and most magical animals are living their entire lives in a place most people will never set foot in. And as we move through this list of 10, each creature becomes more unbelievable than the last. So if you think you already know the jungle, think again. Because Borneo is about to break every expectation. Imagine walking beneath a canopy so dense that sunlight hits the ground in fractured shards. You hear nothing but dripping leaves, until a shadow glides overhead, and for a second you're convinced you just saw a creature that shouldn't exist. That's the experience countless explorers talk about when they first encounter the Sunda flying lemur. It doesn't actually fly, it glides, but it does so with such precision and grace that the forest becomes its personal superhighway. It can launch itself from one tree and soar more than a football field's length, barely making a sound. And the weirdest part? It isn't even a lemur. Borneo loves to get you thinking you figured things out right before proving you wrong. Just a few steps deeper into the forest, you might hear a low rumble echoing through the trees. Something that feels less like a sound and more like a presence. Then, emerging from the foliage with a kind of ancient wisdom in its eyes, the Bornean orangutan appears. Watching one move is like watching a slow, calculated dance. But here's the hook. These animals build a brand new nest every single night. Imagine having the woodworking skill to build a mattress, a pillow, and a roof out of leaves and branches. Then doing it all over again tomorrow. Orangutans aren't just intelligent, they're architects of the canopy. Keep walking, and you might spot something that looks like it walked straight out of a sci-fi movie. A face with big round eyes, a mouth that always looks a little surprised, and skin so covered in tiny, intricate texture that it almost doesn't look real. The Bornean pygmy frog can sit on your fingertip like a living gemstone. But here's the part that keeps researchers obsessed. It's so small and so perfectly camouflaged that entire populations can disappear in plain sight. Every time someone claims they've mapped out where these frogs live, an expedition turns up a new pocket of forest hiding thousands. It's a creature that reminds you the jungle always has secrets it's not ready to share. Then the forest changes again, because now the air smells faintly sweet, almost floral. And if you follow that scent, you may stumble upon a flower the size of a tire. But inside that beauty lives the most unexpected resident of our list, the Rajah Brooke's birdwing butterfly. Its wings shimmer with emerald green, the same way oil shimmers in sunlight. And yet, despite its beauty, it spends its earliest days inside a flower that smells like rotting meat. That contradiction, this collision between elegance and decay, is one of the reasons Borneo's biodiversity feels so mythic. Life thrives in the strangest pairings. But nothing prepares you for the creature that looks like it broke every rule of primate design. The proboscis monkey isn't just unusual, it's unforgettable. Its long, pendulum-like nose seems impossible, like nature was in a playful mood. And the twist? The bigger the nose, the more attractive the male. That enormous comedic feature? It's basically their version of a flashy sports car. Yet, despite their cartoon-like appearance, watching them leap from branches and splash through mangrove waters is mesmerizing. They're living proof that evolution isn't always practical. It's sometimes dramatic. Further along the riverbanks, a pair of glowing eyes might break the waterline, followed by a sleek shape that moves like liquid shadow. The Bornean clouded leopard is one of the most elusive predators in the world. Its fangs are proportionally longer than those of any other big cat on Earth, earning it the nickname the modern saber-tooth. Yet it hunts with ghost-like silence, slipping through the canopy and across branches as though gravity is merely a suggestion. People can spend months in the rainforest and never catch more than a fleeting glimpse. Borneo doesn't hand out its treasures easily. And then, just when you think the surprises can't keep escalating, you meet the sun bear, the smallest bear species on Earth, yet packed with attitude. It climbs trees like a cat, rips open logs with claws longer than a grizzly's, and has a tongue that can stretch nearly 10 inches to scoop honey out of hives. When locals tell stories about them, they describe them as forest tricksters, partly because they're sneaky, and partly because their bright chest patch looks like it was painted on. Every encounter feels like meeting a character with a personality too big for its small size. Of course, Borneo's forests aren't just home to land animals. Walk near a slow-moving stream at dusk, and you might witness a sudden pulse of light, then another, until the entire riverbank begins to flicker like a living constellation. Fireflies in Borneo don't just glow. They sync their flashes perfectly, creating sweeping waves of light that move across miles. Scientists still struggle to explain how thousands of tiny insects coordinate like a choreographed orchestra with no conductor. It's one of those natural events you can barely believe, even while staring directly at it. But nothing, absolutely nothing, prepares travelers for the sound that suddenly erupts from the treetops when the Bornean gibbon calls. It isn't just loud, it's operatic. The rainforest becomes its amphitheater as it sings to its partner, its voice bouncing off distant ridges. Couples duet for hours, reinforcing their bond in a way that feels uncannily human. If the orangutan is the wise elder of the forest, the gibbon is its soul, its music, its heartbeat, its storyteller. And finally, at the very end of our journey, just when you think you've seen Borneo's strangest wonders, the rainforest plays its final card. A creature with electric blue legs, a glossy jet black body, and a walk that looks almost mechanical. The blue-legged tarantula was thought to be a myth until researchers finally confirmed it. Every color on its body looks unreal, like it was digitally enhanced, even though it wasn't. And here's the twist. Despite looking intimidating, it's shy and avoids confrontation, spending most of its life hidden in tree cavities. It stays unseen, not because it's dangerous, but because it prefers peace. Borneo's rainforest is a universe disguised as a forest, and every step deeper challenges your assumptions about how bizarre, beautiful, and brilliantly unexpected life can be. From gliding mammals to singing primates to neon spiders, this is a place that refuses to be ordinary. And somewhere out there, even now, something new may be hiding, waiting to prove that this list is only the beginning.